Hey guys, your boy Eli from the Geek Centurions. We're in a different area now because, well, we can get a room today.
Yay, and this one we didn't have to pay for. And what's up? It's your boy Kelvin. How you doing?
Yeah.
Very recurring guest, Daniel here.
He's one of our many recurring guests, really.
Yeah.
One of three.
You've been on for quite a while, actually.
He's in competition with my brother at this point.
Essentially, your brother is gonna need to step up his game.
And technically he's already on it because the Watchmen reviews.
True.
But that's a me and him project, not a full Geek Centurions project.
True. And those are y'all's mini episodes.
Oh yeah. No, but we're back. We're having a fun time. Kelvin's just dying from cold here.
Oh, now I'm dying from heat because we're in an isolated room now.
Oh yeah, he's about to lose it. If you see Kelvin kill me, just know I love y'all. Kelvin, I trusted you most. Even though I'm pretty sure I can kick his ass. Another day. Kevin's giving me that look like another day, Eli. I'll get you another day. No, but we're here. And we want to talk about something real cool that we had an idea since me and Kelvin just came back from, I wouldn't say just came back, but we recently visited Comic IndieCon, which is this fun little comic book independent place where, if you see a lot of people walk, if you're watching us, you're going to see a lot of people walk by.
We're at school right now.
Yeah, we're at school.
Yeah,
sorry about that. Education. But no, we went to Comic IndieCon. We saw a lot of creative developers of comics, a lot of interesting ones, and we're going to be talking about some of those too. But we're the Geek Centurions, and we like to have fun. And one of those fun things we like to do is talk more about comics.
Yeah.
So we got our own little list of comics that we've been reading up to now, and we like to talk about them. And I've recommended some. Daniel's read one book that I'm really proud of. Really happy for. I even got the last issue with me. Kelvin's also like, yeah. So let's start off with the indie comics. Yeah. So Kelvin, how'd you like Indie Comic Con? How'd you like Indie Comic Con?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Life is texting you right now.
Life.
No. Yeah, life, right?
Yeah.
No, it was fun. I actually very thoroughly enjoyed it. I initially wasn't gonna go, just mainly because I had this mindset, or no, not mindset, but I had this self-made promise to myself that I was gonna step away from conventions for a while, and for people who know me, as my early persona, on the Instas, y'all know me that I am currently on a hiatus break, but. No, going to the Indie Comic Con, it was a lot of fun.
Surprised that Daniel didn't make a persona joke with that.
I mean,
I could have, but that was way too easy.
I mean, I probably wouldn't have gotten it since I don't play the games, nor have I. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten it anyway.
No, they're like, you want to talk about your comic first?
Yeah. So I would have the comics on me right now because my dumb ass left in the car.
But don't worry, if you're watching the audio version, we're gonna sneak in the images right there for you.
Yeah. So first, I think you have one of the comics on you, right? It was.
Yes. You're talking about this,
yes,
right?
one. Yes. So.
Yeah, I have the stack right here in my hand
Yeah,
for those of you who are watching.
So.
I got a lot of comics to talk about.
Yeah. So this particular issue was by Dimension Comics. This is actually issue number 0. So it's like kind of like a sneak preview of like what the series will be about. Just right off the bat, it's really cool. It's a really cool story. Essentially, it's 22nd century. The United States is no longer, feasible. Like, essentially, it's just gone now, right? And it's just now into 4 different regions of the country. It's essentially sectors, if you will. And China is now the ultimate superpower of the world, and it's just a whole bunch of just like a lot of government stuff, right? But of
Hope
course,
that doesn't happen in real life.
Yeah, right. But of course, with every government, kind of secret government thing, there's always like kind of those experiments or agents or whoever. And in this case, our particular agent is a werewolf.
Yeah,
he's actually a werewolf. So he actually goes on.
Which is weird because I've read the book too. And, it doesn't really say, but it hints like there's a simulation of a lot of werewolf, a lot of vampiric themes going on.
Yeah, so definitely a werewolf versus
well, we don't
vampire,
know yet,
if you
though.
will.
Yeah,
but I guess more of an underworld type vibe.
Yeah,
if you will.
Because the first thing you compared it to was the New Moon, and I'm like, I wouldn't.
I said Twilight, but yeah.
That is I mean, that's part of the Twilight series.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's funny though, because that's actually what the writers told me that that's.
Yeah, because we met a lot of the writers.
Yeah, so the writers and the artists were there. We met them, and we were talking with them, and they even heck yeah, like I said, even the writers were like, oh yeah, we were going for the Twilight vibe, but then we know like how much people didn't like it, so that's when we went Underworld. I'm like,
you say that, but I know fans, man. I know fans.
And then diehard Twilight fans to the end. Jesus
Christ.
But anyways, no, even the ending, like the ending leaves you at a cliffhanger, like it's supposed to.
Because it's a preview. Because
again, it's issue number 0. So it's not an official, like, okay, like this is the official beginning.
Because everything starts with 0.
Right. So it's just a preview right now, and I actually can't wait to see how the story unfolds.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, sadly, Daniel did not go to Indie Comic Con.
I did not.
He did not.
So he can't really say.
I mean, I heard it was fun. Go there next year if you could.
Oh, yeah. It's a one-day event, so if you're in Houston, please check it out.
Yeah. And
the book I have with me is called Land of the Rest. It's my turn to talk about. And I really like this book. This book is written and illustrated by... his name escapes me, which is why I opened the book. Mark Naso. And Mark Naso really captures this sort of like Dune vibe of it, while also like this cool like heavy metal. You were telling me earlier, Daniel, because you looked through the book, sort of Rob Zombie like thing.
Going through there, like I see some of the characters, they have like a Rob Zombie kind of like a design to them.
Dude, the creature designs in this book is amazing. It's one of the things I really enjoyed about it. So I did speed read through this, so I can't really say my full thoughts on the story because I feel like me speed reading it did not give it justice. And I want to give it the justice it deserves. But on the whole, I really recommend this book. It looks like a lot of fun, and the art is just spectacular. Kelvin is trying to throw my books on the ground. What's wrong with you?
I'm trying to help me.
Do you hate me that much?
I literally gave it to you. I was like, okay, just grab it. What are you doing? Grab it. Grab the stack, Eli.
Firmly grasp it.
Firmly grasp it as if it was your last child.
I rather... Good thing. I'm glad you didn't say an animal because I would have dropped that immediately. No, I recommend Land of the Rats. It's really good. It's again, I can't say on the story because I sped read it, and just doing that did not give it justice. I did not give it justice, and I apologize to the writer about that. But I will say I love the way it looks. And one important thing about comics is the art style and the look of it. This man has a look. And you will love it. Yeah. So, Daniel, that is not your turn. Kelvin, it's your turn now. Your other book.
My other book. So again, my dumbass left the comics in the car, but it was actually the one that you and I have been reading, also from the Comic Indie Con. It was Hearts Full of Sand by Kenneth Wagner.
Kenneth J. Wagner.
Kenneth J. Wagner. So I thoroughly enjoy the artwork. It definitely has that full graphic manga type vibe to it. Yeah. And growing up as a kid, I used to read a lot of manga. So
a lot of Naruto, a lot of Bleach.
Naruto, Bleach, Full Metal. So it was very, kind of brought the artwork kind of brought me back, and I like the characters. I like the characters in it. Yeah. It definitely had the whole the vibe of kind of like The Last of Us or what's the other apocalyptic video game that I can think of?
See, I would say more because I talked to him too, and he compared it to Western stuff.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, it feels very much like I would say a modern day Western. Mm-hmm. So like akin to like Logan.
Yeah, Logan.
Yeah, okay. Like especially with an old man and a little girl traveling with a friend. Mm-hmm.
And this one, the friendship bear. It's a bear.
I don't care.
It's a grizzly bear.
I don't care.
It's a fucking grizzly bear.
I don't care.
So basically the grizzly bear counter character in this like you're expecting grizzly bears in general. They're ferocious creatures on its own. So it's like for this kind of bear character to be like. He's really like the lazy, like almost like kind of like it has like the Winnie the Pooh.
I would say I disagree.
Like they discovered we're banned in China now.
Huh?
God damn it!
Wait, what?
You're talking about Winnie the Pooh who banned in China?
Wait, okay, that's a different topic for another day. What the shit? But like,
I knew it the moment he said that. I was like, God damn it, don't say it, Daniel. And he said it immediately.
I'm sorry.
Okay, this is for another.
That's a different topic.
This is for a different topic, but like, okay, no, but the bear the bear character in this sense is like comes up as aggressive, but is very like he's just like very like lazy, like very like chill.
I disagree.
Okay.
It acts like a normal bear. Because if you don't mess with a bear, it won't bother you.
Yeah.
So it's just being chill.
It's just like if you piss it off, then it's gonna kill you.
Seriously, like, the only thing you have to do is not look into its eyes, and that's it.
Yeah, don't look into his eyes, man.
Yeah. I mean, but still, the fact that they were able to tame a fucking bear.
I wouldn't say we don't know because this story is set in the middle.
Yeah, that's the interesting part. So if you want to check out the full story of Hearts Full of Fan, it's actually the creator has links on
Tumblr, on Instagram,
Patreon, Facebook, and like this other like indie site.
Yeah, so like literally just type in the name Kenneth J. Wagnon and you'll find it.
Yeah, it's up on there. Yeah. But I can't wait to read the full story.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess it's my turn, and the book I want to talk about. So this is a very interesting book. It's called Hoverman Cop, and essentially it's this interesting book where
it's a real life cop, by the way.
Based on a real cop, and where he basically details an actual crime scene that happened, and where it leaves you as the reader to help them find the perpetrator. It's a very interactive book, and you can clearly tell that the guy who wrote this really wanted to set a positive example of police, the police to all those who want to check it out.
Police relations to the community.
Yeah, police relations to the community. That was what I was looking for.
Yeah.
And it's really a fun book, and it's riddled with a lot of like, oh, this is what happened. Like this is from the perspective of a cop, so it's telling a lot of cool stuff. But then at some point, he gets a hoverboard that gives him powers and makes him all cool and fast. The hoverboard shoots lasers. He flies. He uses his goatee as a whip and stuff like that. So it's a lot of, it's funny.
So it's a good amount of like a flying hoverboard that shoots lasers and shit, but combined with a bo vibe because of his chin hair.
Well, that's you're generalizing, but it's more like it's meant to be a fun comic for the read.
Yeah.
And it delivers on that.
And like, we actually met the kid, the guy,
right,
the actual cop, and he from the top to the bottom, he basically
he embodies that character.
He embodies that character very well, even his voice and everything, his posture, his voice, embodies it very well.
You can tell that he's real passionate about this.
Oh yeah.
And it was a pleasure to meet him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Daniel has not went to Indy. I'm gonna milk this joke for a little while longer.
I mean, I did make that one joke, so yeah, you can take it.
So Kelvin, you got one book for us?
So not at the moment. I was gonna bring my Elemental Balance copies, but just because I guess if I've been stuck with other things, I haven't gotten around to reading Elemental Balance, which I'll definitely get to for sure.
But you wanted to talk about their upcoming book, Game Plan.
Upcoming book, though, I was very impressed with. Again, I done myself by shit in my car,
by the way, it's not an actual book yet. It's just like it's in the making.
It's in development. It's in development.
But Kelvin loves the idea.
I mean, again, yeah. So the artwork itself, it's called
Game Plan.
Yeah, it's called Game Plan. It's about an Indian American football star.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and like whenever you think of football stars, right,
So I'm gonna correct you as soon as you're done with this. But keep going.
Yeah, like when you think of football stars, right, you think of it's the popular kid, it's the it's the head, essentially the head jock of the group, and he goes to all the parties, right? But in this case, he doesn't go to all the parties. He even after the team wins, he doesn't go to the after parties. He doesn't go to all the hangouts and stuff. And then the crowd that supports him is like, oh, you think you're too good, huh? Because you don't go to all these parties. But no, what was really interesting, especially from the cover, or when I talked to both the writer and the artist, which by the way, they are a husband and wife duo.
Mm-hmm. I think the artist is somebody else, but yeah, go for it.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Whenever I was talking to the writer, he basically says that before every game, before every game, essentially during pregame, he would he does a prayer. He does almost like meditation, And every time he goes to that meditating state, he goes in this mindset to where, like, not physically, but like mentally, he goes in this mind space where he gets transported, or so to speak, like his mind goes to a different location, and essentially back to his origin, place of origin.
So you and I have been told two different stories.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, you and I have been told two different stories because that was not the whole point of the book.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole point was the girl that wanted to learn more about him, why he was doing all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not physically or mentally transported. He's just a prayer that often reminds him of why he's doing this.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, "What are you talking? You making it sound like this is a mystical thing? It's not a mystical thing."
I mean, that's what I get from the writer.
It's not.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I talked to him too.
Yeah.
He was like, "No, it's just like this and this." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
I think Kelvin just like immediately went, "Oh, magic, whimsy," kind of stuff.
I mean, it's a bit of an exaggerated touch, but I guess.
I mean, I feel like I nailed it, didn't I?
I mean, yeah, like, you're pretty much giving out like, it's like Ice Shield 21 or something.
Ice Shield 21.
like you're giving it as like it's a magical thing, but like no, but I'm with him. It's an interesting story. It's clearly about a relationship between two people two different walks of life. It's a classic story, and I'm always interested to see how those play off. And I'm really interested on it as well too. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just overall, the artwork looks great. I can't wait until they finally release the first issue of the story, just to read it.
Yeah. And to finish off the books we got from Indie Comic Con, Bolero, which is this interesting book that me and Kelvin have been talking back and forth about because we were so interested in the way it was formatted. So it's not
your typical comic.
Yeah. So instead of like actual words, it's just images of people playing a musical instrument. Mm-hmm. It's set to the song of Bolero by
it's by a French composer. French composer.
Yeah. So
and essentially, what's really interesting about this, because when you start listening to the music, you just expect, okay, you just go through different pages, right? But no, you actually have to. Once you go to a page,
you go back and forth.
You have to go back and forth because there's different moments where it's percussion. There's different moments. There's strings, horns, mm-hmm. Brass. There's different moments, and you have to go back and follow, like literally what the artist said or what the writer said himself. You have to follow the music. Yes,
follow the music to a beautiful imagery.
Yeah, it's represented really well in this case.
Yeah, and so. I think that's what I really like, because it took me a while to get that, because I just kept turning the pages as the music goes. I'm like, wait, they're playing a string instrument, but the next image is a drum. Yeah. So I went back and like, oh, that's the string instrument. So you have to go back and forth, and I really like that. And yeah, the art is great. Like personally, I feel like I'm not talking shit to the artist. I'm saying it would be cool to see, because you remember Scott Pilgrim? Yeah. They have the little chords of where your hands would be if you were playing the guitar. Yeah. I would love to see this dude, especially with his art style, go into you can draw. Oh, this is how the hand fingers are in that motion when they're doing the song, when they're doing the music. I don't know. I just think that'd be a cool thing to do. Yeah. But that's me personally. And the artist can do whatever the hell he wants, because he's more talented. He's probably more talented than I am.
Yeah, this is something a comic that for those who read this, like I said, the comic's called Bolero, and this will be a definite comic you can get into. Well, first off, if you're into comics in general, but also if you're into classical music. So this combines two different genres from two different dimensions altogether. There's classical music and comics.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of comics that that often are inspired by music. And I think this is one of the more interesting ones, where it lets you it helps you play through it in your head by seeing images of the people actually playing the music. Yeah. So it's interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think that's all the indie comic ones we talked about. Yeah. Do you guys want to go into some of the other stuff? Something that Daniel can actually talk about.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to say much because he wasn't at the Indie Comic Con.
Which you said 5 times at this point.
Yeah. So Daniel, why don't you
start us off with something new?
Alright, well, one of the comic books I've been reading is the one that you recommended to me.
Oh yeah. I love this book.
Yeah, called the Immortal Hulk.
Yes, the Immortal Hulk. He is immortal now. He will not be killed by your measly ways. No. I made him sound like Conan.
Guys, I think we might need to take Eli to something.
You can't take me. I am unstoppable.
I really do like the premise and story behind it. Like Bruce Banner, he's just out trying to get off the grid and everything because
as a usual story for Bruce Banner.
Yeah, because everyone's after the Hulk.
Yep.
And the thing is, he's trying to keep it a secret where like he's dead, but he's really not. And the thing is, every time he gets killed or shot or whatever happens to him, he always comes back as the Hulk, and the Hulk comes out as like some guy who's like, I don't know how to explain, but like a guy that just judges you.
Like he just pays attention to what you did because the story starts off with someone being robbed, someone gets gunned down, Bruce Banner gets gunned down, and when he turns to the Hulk, he's like, I'm gonna make you pay for that.
Yeah, like,
for the lives that you taken. And it's so good because later on it gets even more crazier. Dude. I'm telling you this right now.
I like in the second issue of the book, like he goes into the town and finds out like something radioactive happens, and I won't go into too much details, but I like how like in that second issue like ended, like
the grave one.
Yeah, the grave one. Like that was very chilling because like oh shit.
Okay, so sorry about that. We
our battery died.
Our camera battery died. Yeah. So where were we? Oh yeah, Immortal Hulk. Yes,
the Immortal Hulk.
Dude, so that book has been doing so good. A lot of people have been shocked that it outsold Batman in terms of comics.
Really?
Yeah, and then like for some of you guys, it's like, I mean, okay, it's cool. He's one of the Avengers. No, Hulk has had so many problems just selling because like you really don't hear that many great books about the Hulk, but this one was like, what? It outsold Batman? It was a thing for a while, and it's amazing. And I even got the new issue right here. Well, not the newest issue. I got issue 25. The newest one was 26. You can look at it if you want. But no, it goes crazier and crazier as it goes along, and I really recommend that book. I'm with Daniel. That this book has been great. And Kelvin is just dying over here.
You okay?
I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
Kelvin, you got one for us?
Yeah, I had a tackle good by now. What?
You have a book for us?
Let's see. Oh yeah, and I guess the last comic that I've been keeping up with is our not so much recent, but like also a while back. But this is when they had a midnight release of the XMen #1 series. Not this series in particular.
That is the one.
Huh?
That is the book. The X-Men #1. That's it.
The one we picked up from the midnight premiere.
Yeah.
It had a different cover.
Yeah, because you bought a different cover one.
Oh, it's the same thing?
Yeah, there's multiple covers.
Okay, cool. Well, shit, if I would have known, I would have gotten this cover. Fuck. But yeah, X-Men #1. It's not uncanny, is it? It's just X-Men #1.
What do you mean?
Like, there's like Uncanny X-Men?
Oh, it's part of the series.
Okay,
it's kind of like a soft reboot.
Yeah, okay. So to speak, X-Men #1. Well, now I know that there's multiple covers. Shit. But
they call variants, man. You get used to them.
Yeah. So there's been multiple. Like I said, there's multiple covers on this. But I've been reading. I got through maybe halfway of X-Men #1 so far, and man, holy shit, it's really good. Like it's really fucking good. Like compared to previous X-Men comics that I've that I've kind of soft read while I'm at the bookstore. It's very different than your average.
Oh, dude, Jonathan Hickman has been killing it. Because you're talking about it, so
and the island of
Krakoa.
Krakoa. Island of Krakoa, and how Magneto is basically seen as this savior, and like he's
dude. So like
it's an all white as well. I'm like, what's going on?
So I got the preview, not the preview, but the book that started it. One of two books, Powers of X and House of X, which is essentially the writer Hickman's way of reintroducing the whole X-Men line.
Yeah.
And it's been going crazy. Like, it explains a lot of stuff. It explains why Xavier can walk now. It explains why Apocalypse is now part of the X-Men.
What the fuck? What?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It explains so much, and like it's so damn cool. But I don't know, I feel like
X-Men is a part of the Apocalypse is a part of the X-Men. Oh.
Like he's like, so I would say he's part of the council that the X-Men have created in this island.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like they have like four different seats where like each one has 3 people.
The council.
Yeah, and like the this one council has Xavier,
Yeah.
Magneto, and Apocalypse.
What the fuck?
And
And he's on the council. And he's on the High Council.
And he's on the High Council.
What the fuck?
So they're having like a League of Mutants thing.
Yeah, it's literally their own government, and it's like really cool and crazy.
Yeah, essentially, it's like they no longer follow the rules of man. Now it's just on their own.
Rules of mutants.
Yeah, now it's just the rule of mutants. Now.
Yeah, I think they have like 3 laws, like do not mess up with the lamb because the lamb is actually a living person. Someone behind me? Oh no,
you're good.
Yeah. So and the second one is let's not kill humans. We're better than humans. Let's not do that. Yeah. And third, which has caused a lot of theories to go around. The third rule is make more mutants.
Okay. Mutant babies.
Mutant orgy.
You're disgusting.
That's what the writer tweeted.
Essentially, yeah.
No, that's what the writer tweeted out. He's like, a murder of a bunch of crows is a murder. A bunch of dolphins is a pod. A bunch of mutants is called an orgy. I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? I don't know.
No, I don't want to understand. No.
But I love it.
No. Oh, yes. This one comic book. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And also, big shout out to Bedrock City Comic Con. They have this really fun game that we get to play at...
that we kicked so much ass.
Yeah, well, I mean, me, because you kind of gave up like halfway.
Did I? No, I didn't give up halfway.
You didn't complete the thing. Look at it.
Yeah, but I completed the thing when I was with David.
But did you get the prize, though?
I did get the prize with David.
Oh, no, wait. That's why you stayed there longer.
Yeah.
I forgot. Wait, David, he got there? He wasn't with us.
Yeah.
It was just us two.
And David.
David wasn't there.
David was there.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't there with us the whole time.
He was there before you.
Don't get confused with me.
I know. Okay, I'm not crazy. I know David wasn't there.
Get to your point. I'm gonna prove you wrong.
I know David wasn't fucking there. It was just you and me for the first half, and then I had to leave because of my thing. Yeah.
The Bedrock?
Yes.
You're thinking of the Indie Comic Con.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. The Indie Comic Con game, not the game, to
you said Bedrock.
Shit,
did he not say Bedrock?
Fine. There's a game. Okay.
Because I'm about to say he was there.
Fine. Okay.
At the Bedrock.
Okay. At the game. Okay. Yeah. So we were at both Bedrock and Indie Comic Con, but the game, particularly at Indie Comic Con, it was a really cool game where you basically go around to different booths. You get a piece of a sticker, and a piece of the sticker actually completes the logo of
which I have on my back.
And
you can see it.
Yeah, it's really cool because it's like this. It's this
It's like
Aztec.
It's a quote.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's literally what it looks like.
I don't know if it's Aztec or mine. Y'all two can correct me on that.
I mean, they're both the same at this point.
I mean, I know that they're both different, but anyway, basically ancient Mexico, right?
Yeah.
But basically, it's like a snake.
It's basically a snake.
Okay, it's a snake. But anyways, it's a snake serpent, but it's a picture.
Get to your point.
Yeah. So it was. The game was you complete it by collecting each of the pieces from different specific vendors, and once you complete it, you get a prize. And one of the prizes was a $25 gift card from Bedrock City. Hey, oh shit, hey! I'll be stopping by you guys pretty soon.
I feel like that was more of a let me tell Bedrock, not this podcast.
I know, but
they haven't listened to us yet.
Yeah, I mean, please sponsor us. But yeah.
Not if you keep begging.
Yeah, right.
No, but you got any comic you want to talk about?
No, yeah. So one particular comic I definitely want to pick up and start reading is essentially Boom Studios, right? They've been they've already been on it, right? They've done several Power Rangers comic book series already, and y'all know I'm a big Power Rangers fan, even with this jacket right here. But in
what a
the
nerd
comic book series, bitch. but just this one particular series where it's essentially it ties off of the original, it makes the comic itself, it pays homage to the original predecessors, so to speak, the Super Sentai, which is essentially the Japanese, so to speak, the Japanese version of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
So the team in there is essentially the Sentai team was 5 men, right? 5 men was the original team, but I guess the Americanized version and now comic book version, what do they make it is they call the Supersonic Squadron. Mm-hmm. So essentially, Green used to date Pink, right? Mm-hmm. So same homage to the whole Tommy Kimberly type of relationship for those who know of the Power Rangers lore kind of thing. Tom and Kimberly broke up. Same thing with Green and Pink. They both broke up. and then Pink ends up hooking up with Red. Of course,
as the universe
the universe
allows.
Green gets super envious. He takes Green with envy to a whole new level, and I mean by whole new level, as in spoiler alert, he kills his entire team. As in, he sets up a false distress beacon to like this quadrant of the galaxy. They go to the distress beacon. They go inside this abandoned building. Finds that nobody's there. Green basically sets the charges, blows the whole thing, kills his entire team, including.
See, you going way into spoilers.
Yeah. Again, major spoilers ahead. Well, you've been warned. But yeah, so it's this really twisted kind of like romance / like jealousy, and then like just a whole bunch of like just yeah.
Daniel,
So,
aren't you glad we grew out of Power Rangers?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I'm very glad too.
Hey, you're never too old for Power Rangers.
I mean, I am too old for that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding to all those Power Rangers.
Yeah, but I mean that was one of the recent comics that I've kept up with. Reading it as well as some of the other issues of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and they have various issues. They got Mighty Morphin, they got Back to School Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in general. And just Mighty Morphin. The Shattered Grid series, which by the way introduces a whole new villain. I'm pretty sure the comic book fans of Power Rangers and fans of the series know this villain now. Lord Draken is basically Tommy Oliver again, but basically he's the White Ranger.
You're very good at spoiling, and I really love that about you.
I mean, like it's for the for the Shattered Grid series. It's not even like a reveal of who the baddie is. He's actually already established in the first couple issues.
Yeah, but you're talking to people who probably haven't read the book.
Yeah, I mean,
who don't even care about how much Power Rangers, but now want to read it.
Man, I mean,
you've had a spoiler problem, Kelvin. Let's just admit.
I did say spoilers ahead.
But not for that book.
I mean, it's not even okay. I'm not gonna say what happens with Lord Draken, but basically he's introduced as the main baddie, and just
all I'm saying, Kelvin, I love you. That you should have let the whole Lord Draken reveal out. But hey, you know what?
Lord Draken, new official Power Rangers villain. Just gonna leave it at that.
I mean, we'll just put it in the skip button for the viewers.
Yeah, we'd be like, please stop paying attention to Kelvin. No, I'm just kidding. So, Daniel, you got one more book on you.
I do. I completely forgotten I bought, and it's a completed set of all of these comics books. So, cleaning out my room, I found it. I was like, oh shit, I've completely forgotten I actually bought these. And it's Deadpool versus Thanos.
Where's Death?
Nice.
Where's Death? Is Death in this? Please tell me Death is in this.
A whole plot revolves around Death.
Yeah.
So basically, the whole story is that that was weird. So the whole story is that Death mysteriously
at school.
Yeah. So Death mysteriously got kidnapped. We don't know who until you get deeper into the story.
Yeah.
And then Thanos and Deadpool, they both have a thing for Death, so they have no choice but to team up together to find out who kidnapped and rescued Death.
So Double Dragon.
Yeah.
You did mention something else that was in there that I think we talked about before, and I was like, I couldn't believe what I heard, but you might want to.
Oh, that was a different book.
No, that was a completely different comic book.
Okay, I'm still shocked by that.
So, just explain real quickly. Explain the comic book he's talking about.
So there's this comic book that I came across. I didn't even knew existed called Deadpool the Musical, and basically you got to read a comic book, and the book and each page tells you what song you're supposed to be reading it to. For example,
the one that got killed was Chocolate Rain.
Chocolate Rain by T. Zonday.
No joke.
Like someone of our generation, essentially, what we grew up listening to.
No joke. Inside the comic book, it tells you read the comic book along to the song Chocolate Rain. And you're supposed to go ahead with the rhythm and everything inside your head.
So, in other words, it'd be like, Deadpool kills.
Yeah.
Deadpool kills another Marvel hero. Deadpool kills.
I'm just curious, there's no way it could work.
And
it's
kills
somehow
the Marvel
does.
universe, which actually did. Did you guys actually read that, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you think of it?
It was alright.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I feel like it was for me when I first read that, I don't know, it felt expected. It's like I knew it was gonna eventually crack, but it's just
here's the thing. It's not canon.
No, I know it's not canon, but it's just
I mean, it's meant more for fun. So it's if you're trying to get out of it a very serious, very emotional story. I mean, what the hell are you doing?
Realistically, you can't really see that. Him going through each so to speak, world and just hi there, hacha.
Well, that's not the point.
Well, I know because now the red box, so to speak, is kind of like it's like, oh hey, you should kill him now, or like.
I mean, that's not what I mean.
No.
It's more like this was just a fun thing for the writers to do.
Oh, I figured.
Yeah.
Especially the fourth wall break where she goes in the writers' room. Oh my god.
Yeah. Nice spoiler there.
Yeah. So anyway, Deadpool and Thanos, they have to team up to find and rescue Death. Thanos has to deal with a bunch of Deadpool's antics, which he really hates, but he has to tolerate.
Yeah, they take the seriousness of Josh Brolin's role in the movies and take Ryan Reynolds' jokingness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically what you get.
Which they have interacted before, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
Not really.
And they do,
not in the comics, obviously, but.
Well, I mean,
I was gonna say movies, but like but we're in comics right now.
What do you mean? Yeah. Well, what do you mean they never interacted?
You said okay. I said they've interacted. I
said like, imagine for those of you who never read the book. Imagine James Brolin's character as Thanos hanging out with Ryan Reynolds
as Deadpool. Okay.
Yeah,
that's pretty much how it is.
Yeah. And then I said they have interacted before, and then
how have they interacted before?
Okay, not Josh Brolin as Thanos, but Josh Brolin as you know who, and
it's
you
Cable.
Know what.
Yeah, there's, I don't know why you're like you know who. It's Cable.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main one I was going for.
Are you trying to be non-spoiler right now?
At this point, people have Deadpool 2 has been out for like.
I mean, like
a while now.
Yeah, but I'm like, why are you trying to unspoiler it?
I'm not
I mean, the whole point is we're just trying to explain is basically Josh Brolin as Thanos, having to deal with Ryan Reynolds
as Deadpool. Okay.
Yeah, that's the joke of that.
Okay, yeah.
Kevin, are you okay? You're just tired.
No, I'm just tired.
you're
I had food earlier and I'm just tired.
Don't you need a coffee or something?
I told you to get coffee before you came in here.
I know.
I like how we're just picking on Kelvin. I'm not
this
trying.
Whole episode you've been picking on me the whole. Y'all been giving me this shit. Even whenever I talk about Power Rangers, because it's a really good comic book series. Even if
I'm not denying it.
Yeah, I know. Even if you're not a big Power Rangers fan, but
I was like, let's pick on Kelvin today.
I'm just tired.
I'm just waiting for you to come.
I'm just tired, and also it's the end of the week, and also I'm almost done with school, so yeah. I just want to be fucking done.
Well, let's get back to comics.
Okay.
So this book I have, it just recently finished, but I only have the 5th issue on me right now. It's Deceased, so it's like DC's a whole zombie book, and it's so good.
Still the trailer just dropped for that, yeah.
Yeah, it was like to hype up the trade paperback, but the reason that got me into it is because they have these variant covers where like it's inspired by horror movies. Like there's one where the Joker is basically Pennywise giving a Robin a little a red balloon.
Nice.
And the one I have on me is like Harley Quinn, but she's La Llorona.
Oh my god!
She's holding hands with Damian Wayne
and
Barbara.
No, Barbara.
No, hold on.
That's Jonathan Kent, Superman's son.
Oh yeah, I didn't see if it's like there, and then like the upside down copy, it's basically Damian and Jonathan's body in the river.
it's very no, but it's surprisingly a very emotional story about involving a lot of zombies. Basically, Darkseid fucked up using Cyborg for the anti-life equation. That's very deep comic lore. Yeah. Because like Kelvin's looking at me like, what the fuck?
No. I know of the anti-life equation. That's,
okay.
Yeah.
Because for a second you were like, what?
No, I know of it. I'm just If y'all see me like the first half of the episode, I was fine, but then if y'all see me like phase out at this point, I mean, it's like I'm just trying to keep up.
Yeah.
So I do like some reference I will get, others I won't get, and this is I'll have the same expression every time.
Oh yeah.
So like audio wise, you can't see it, but videos for all our YouTube fans out there, you're gonna see it. So
he's breaking down, man. He's breaking down. We gotta wake him up. Daniel, slap him.
No.
No, but it's a surprisingly very good book. It's very emotional. There's moments where I'm like, oh Jesus, oh Jesus, no, not Batman. Anyone but Batman. Oh no, they got this person. Anyone but that person. It's very much so. Think of like zombies, but like that would actually hurt the heroes. Yeah. So it's not like Marvel Zombies where it's like fun. It's more like, oh, this is an actual zombie book.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's all I got.
Yeah.
You guys any more books, or you want me to just keep going with the ones I have on me right now?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much like the comic books that I've read.
I got more.
I'm pretty Jesus fuck.
Yeah, I was like, let me grab the ones I'm reading right now. I'm probably not going to talk about. I probably won't talk about this one. Basically, it's just Kitty Pryde and some of the X-Men going off as being pirates.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So I guess kind of like a speed summary, so to speak, or
yeah, it's basically a speed summary. It's basically she can't get into the island of Krakoa, so she's helping out people who can't get in by shipping them there, and it means going up against governments like Russia. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna speed run through some of these. The ones I really want to talk about will come in.
Yeah.
Spider-Man by Nick Spencer's writing. It's pretty good. They're hyping up 2099 Spider-Man, so that's good. Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. Let's see. You want me to just talk about these 4 that I have right here now?
Yeah.
2 of them are indies, and 2 of them are ones that I really enjoy right now. Because Daniel took my favorite one. Oh. I love Immortal Hulk. You know that.
Yeah.
Why do you think I recommended it? As indies or Marvel ones?
Oh my god. Just stretching.
Yeah.
Just really whatever.
Right.
Personally, it's
our time for you to go, so I'll be quick about this one.
It's I gotta go to the thing in a bit since I'm at school, but I gotta go to the thing before school. So.
Yeah. There's a reason why we're here.
Yeah.
So the book I have with me, first one I have on me is called Snot Girl.
Snot Girl.
By Brian Lee O'Malley and drawn by Leslie Hung. So basically, this is made by the same guy who made Scott Pilgrim.
Okay.
So, Lottie, I think that's things to pronounce her name. Basically, she's a fashion designer, she's a fashion blogger who's all about her looks. But the problem is that she has major allergies. So there's a reason why there's a lot of snot on her. But it's like if you read the book for Scott Pilgrim, you kind of know that everyone's basically an asshole.
Yeah.
And so everyone in this book is basically an asshole.
An asshole. Yeah.
Yeah. And
even her hair is snot.
It's green, so it kind of reminds you of stuff.
Gross.
No, but the art is great. The story is it's really interesting to get into. It's like very much unreliable narrator kind of thing. So if you're not into that, you probably won't like this book. Mm-hmm. But it's a really fun read, and the art is, like I said, it's magnificent. Like, it's really cool and nice. Also, just it's weird to read a book with a lot of texting lingo. Like LOL, the smiley face, and I'm like, what am I reading? But no, it's fun. It gets real weird and creepy. There's kind of a murder mystery going on at the same time. Like something's going on. Like I don't know. It's weird, but it's a very fun read. I love the art. Recommend that. Let's go to a Marvel one. This is the one. Dan, you gotta read this one. Right. It's called Absolute Carnage.
So is that what I think it is about?
It's about Carnage, yes. So essentially, Carnage is close to becoming God. He's about to fuck everybody over who has ever been a symbiote.
Yeah, that sounds like Carnage, alright.
Yep. And he's mostly interested in like guys like Eddie Brock because he's the big name one.
Yeah.
Donny Cates is a fantastic writer. He's like one of my current favorite writers for Marvel. He's been writing everything at this point. And yeah, no, the art is great. I like the first issue, the one I have here. That's the length for that one is 3 issues, but you're getting the price for 2. Okay. Yeah, dude, it's a really good read. It's really dark at some points. There's a moment where like Cletus Classidy's just like, he's just screwing people over. I'm like, good lord! Like nice. The details in there is amazing. But no, it's really great. It's about to finish up because there's just one more issue left. I got all the issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really fun. I like the way they draw Spider-Man too. It's so good. Yeah. And the other one I have is Jason Aaron. These are both written by the same guy. That's why I wanted to bring him in. Jason Aaron, he wrote this book called The Goddamned. Mm-hmm. And it's basically, to sum it up as fast as I can, because I know Kilman's got to go.
I think we should have gone by now. But
yeah. It's basically, it's the Genesis story in the Bible told from the perspective of Cain, in which everyone is an asshole.
Oh, okay.
like everyone's who worships God is a self-righteous prick. Yeah. And Noah's an asshole in the best way possible, and like there's a lot of I hate God, fuck you God kind of thing going on.
Hi.
Yeah, well, it's Cain, the man who invented murder, and so like he's basically saying, well, God made us in His image, and so if we're fucked up, then He's fucked up, kind of thing. So if you're into that, go for it. But no, it's I would say it's in the beginning and the end of the book. It's kind of but it's that middle. It's like a sandwich.
Okay.
There's the bread at both sides, and then it's just like it's all about what's inside the bread. So it's inside the sandwich that matters. Kelvin's just going out. He's just. Kelvin, you okay? You need a hug?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Just...
Okay, so don't worry. This is the last book, and you can biggity bounce, and me and Daniel will just end it here. Yeah. So this book, the last one I have, is Avengers: Earthman as Heroes, also written by the same guy who wrote the goddamn. So he's this story arc is basically it's a lot more fun. It's a very fun book. Yeah, it's like the current book that I have, the current story that I have on me with issue 25. Basically, Robbie Reyes, the new Ghost Rider, who's an Avenger now, has to raise Johnny Blaze in Hell to claim who will be the ruler of Hell, while also fighting off his evil uncle. While the Avengers try to fight a possessed Celestial, and Blade's in there, and now the Cosmic Ghost Rider is in there, aka Punisher mixed with Ghost Rider powers, mixed with Silver Surfer powers, beats the shit out of everybody.
Well,
yep.
It's a wacky race if you ask me.
It's literally a wacky race because at some point, well, Robbie's not even driving a car anymore. He's driving a boat. It's like get ready for a lot of weird wacky races kind of stuff.
Wait,
it's really fun.
So Robbie, if he's in a boat,
he's a boat in hell. That's basically fighting demons and such. And Kelvin's just like, oh, I'm just done.
You're done.
I mean, y'all got stock of comics. I only got. I didn't even have it with me, but I was able to get what I can out.
Yeah, this originally the plan was for us to head to a comic book shop, just grab some and read them, and then the next day we come and talk about them. But
I'm running late to my thing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want, we can you can go and me and Daniel can just wrap this up.
Yeah. I mean, how long will you guys be here until?
We're here for a while, man. Don't worry about it.
All right. So you're gonna watch my stuff?
Yeah.
All right.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, I mean, I definitely need my stuff to take notes for this thing. Yeah.
So, we can just end it here.
Yeah.
We accomplished everything we said.
Okay. Well, that's it, y'all.
Yeah.
Sorry for the little side talk and all that. But yeah, physically and mentally, I am a little bit out of it. I was better earlier today, but I don't know why. Just the day progressing, and then probably this weather as well.
Dude, it's been unnaturally cold in Houston.
It's been fucking cold as shit.
I'm used to the cold in Houston.
I'm all wrapped up in right now. I even had this freaking mask all day that I've been wearing. Just to not freeze my face off.
But it's been unnaturally cold. You have every right.
Honestly,
whenever
I feel, personally for me, whenever I feel weather like that, it just kills my mood. Honestly.
Yeah, dude,
it does.
But you know what would make it better? If we got snow.
Fuck that.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
You can get back at me for all the shit talking about Power Rangers with a snowball.
Maybe.
To the face.
Yeah. Alright.
There's the Kelvin we love. There we go.
Yeah.
He's back.
Okay, so that's it, guys. That's it for this episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Y'all can check us out on our social medias. We got Facebook,
Instagram.
Not Twitter, not yet. Yeah, Facebook and Instagram for now.
Yeah.
Y'all can also check us out on wherever podcasts can be heard. Castbox, iTunes, Pandora, Spotify,
Google Podcast.
Yeah. Anywhere where
SoundCloud. We're working on that one.
We're working on it right now. It's in the works. But yeah, thanks for tuning in for another, just for another chill talk.
Yeah. Honestly, I could do this again next time.
We'll plan to have some more talks like this pretty soon. But it's just now. But for now, we're gonna sign off. And yeah. Oh, support us on Patreon,
please.
Because we broke it. Because as you can tell, we're at school. We're college students.
Well, you two are college students.
Us two, like this fool is already done.
No need to brag, man. Come on.
I know, but like but support us on Patreon. Like this shit costs money. Like all of this costs money. The comics we buy costs money. The stuff you're watching us on also costs money. So
it does.
Unless they're using that block, then yeah.
No, well, then at that point as well.
But still, support us on Patreon, of course. But yeah, everywhere else where you can find us, just type in the Geek Centurions. All of our links will be there. And yeah. So this is your boy Kelvin signing off.
It's your boy Eli.
Boy Daniel.
We are the Geek Centurions.
Bye bye.